Here we go, storming into round 4 of 5 of Exeter's Strongest Man. This is the arm over arm prowler pull, followed by the arm over arm truck pull. If anyone wants to make a run for the podium, now is the time for them to step up. There's only 5 points separating Lee in 7th place with Stuart in 3rd, so with 2 events to go, there's still plenty of time for change. First up, we pull the 80 kg prowler down the 18 metre course before jumping over the tyres and hauling the truck all the way back down the 18 metre course from the opposite direction. There's a lot of technique involved here, although being epically strong will of course help. Martin set the scene for the crowd, finishing 49.11 seconds, but he seemed to struggle a bit to get momentum from the truck once it got moving. Ollie then took his turn, but the prowler bogged down on every single pull, making it really difficult for him. He finished in 45 seconds. I took my turn, but got the technique all roll on the prowler, not using enough arms and impacting my time, coming at 36.89 seconds. Dave then reminded us of his awesome shoulder power. By breaking the prowler, he put so much force into it. Once that was fixed, he refrained from tearing the axle off the truck and finished in 48.31 seconds. Scott had a great run on the prowler and then used his arms efficiently on the truck to pull it home in 39.53 seconds. He even had the energy to try a backward roll at the end, but thought better of it halfway through. Mike put his cardio to the test, going at it hell for leather and finished in 40.64 seconds, and you can see at the end he's all out of energy. So far, the top 3 are separated by less than 2 seconds. Bison took his turn, but struggled a bit for time. Being a small guy with a low body weight does not help you on events like this. He finished the course in 48.05 seconds. Adam had exactly the same challenge that Bison did. Long limbs and mass really work for you in this event. Shorter limbs and a light frame mean you have to do so much more of the work. He finished in 50.86 seconds. Stuart then took the opportunity to show off his cardio and athletic skills by smashing the course in an unbelievable 33.3 seconds, setting a really hard benchmark to beat and leading the field by 3 seconds. Unfortunately, there's no footage of Alex or Pat completing the course, so instead, here's a picture of them celebrating their bromance. Plenty of eyewitnesses saw Alex finish in 33.97 seconds, and Pat finishing in 34.07 seconds, which is an unbelievable 1/10 of a second behind Alex. That's about half the amount of time it takes you to say the letter I. That's a point Alex has taken off Pat there, which really could threaten his number 2 spot on the podium at the end of this tournament. Kai had no trouble whatsoever with the course, although he couldn't crack into the top 3 times, instead finishing in 37.53 seconds, a very respectable time. With only 2 competitors left to go, it was Rob and Lee lining up. Rob, the winner of the shoulder press, and Lee, the winner of the deadlift. Rob hit the prowler really hard, showing off some great technique as he rode it down the course, using all his back and arms to maximise his efficiency. You can see the practice he's put in here. He then brought the truck down the course so fast it looked like it was being driven in first gear. All in all, finishing the course in 32.58 seconds, the fastest so far. Lee then took his turn and followed a really similar technique to Rob, rowing the prowler down the course. He had no problem on the truck either and came home in perhaps a slightly disappointing 43.01 seconds, which is probably a little bit behind Road Runner B, especially given after his deadlift win. So, looking at the points, Rob takes the win, followed by Stuart and then Alex. There's no change in the top 3 overall, but Alex has jumped up the table and has a genuine chance at the podium if he can win the stones. Rob had this to say after winning a second event and going into the final event with a 3.5 point lead.
Hi!
All right.
Congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
Did you expect to win that one?
I didn't at all, no. That's not one of my strongest events, but luckily my weight was on my side, really, so yeah.
Even better. How on earth did you practice for that?
Luckily, I got a personal trainer and he's got quite a big track himself, so it's just a case of like, but yeah, I've never done it like sat down just on the ground. I normally stand up and do it, so it's a totally sort of different way of doing it.
Oh, excellent.
So, paid off.
So you were worried a little bit about your competitors then?
Yeah, when I turned up this morning, there's some big boys here, like, and there's big weights being pulled, so, but luckily I'm just managing to keep up with it all.
Excellent. So overall you're feeling good?
Overall, yeah.
How about the next
event? Should be strong.
Yeah.
Should be able to do it, but
good.
give it a whirl.
Well, this is it. It's been a long day, and as we approach event 5, the competitors are going to be tired. but they are going to need to find that extra energy for one last push to secure their best possible finish in Exeter's Strongest Man. This is of course the Atlas Stones, and we couldn't finish on any other event. Martin started the proceedings off and immediately shocked everyone by lifting all 5 stones in 28.75 seconds. Remember, the heaviest of these stones is 110 kg and an absolute nightmare to pick up. Ollie followed suit and he managed to impress the crowd, lifting 4 stones in 42.15 seconds. Bison couldn't match the pace though, only completing the 3rd stone at 88 kg in 14.46 seconds. I do wonder if his monumental deadlift earlier had sapped his energy prior to this event. Likewise, Scott got caught out on the 4th stone and had to settle for 3 stones in 10.42 seconds. Mike then completed an excellent run, getting all 5 stones in 38.5 seconds. Not the fastest run today I would expect, but a testament to him not giving up. Now Adam absolutely flew through the first 4 stones in 13.35 seconds, but then just couldn't get to grips with the extra weight and width on the final stone, meaning he had to settle for 4 in the end. Now when Dave stepped up, you could see he really wanted to lift 5 stones from this event, no matter how long it was going to take him. And he delivered. He got 5 stones in 41.5 seconds, which was never going to be a winning time, but he's absolutely done himself proud here today. Like Adam, Lee blitzed through the first 4 stones in 14.87 seconds, but then just couldn't get his technique right on that 5th stone and had to settle for 4. And if you need proof that this is all technique in the Atlas Stones, don't forget that Lee won the deadlift with 270 kg lift only a couple of hours earlier. I stepped up and I knew I had to do an incredible time if I wanted to get near the podium, so it was an all or nothing run. The first 4 stones flew up, but I dropped the 5th stone. This cost precious time, and even though I got all 5 up in 18.9 seconds, I knew the chance at the podium was gone. Now, talking of incredible times, Kai then went so fast the camera couldn't actually film him. Well, that or someone forgot to turn it on. Either way, he finished in 11.44 seconds, which is about 2 seconds per stone, an unbelievable and surely unbeatable time. Alex then put on his best vest to have a go at getting himself on the podium. He did an amazing job, throwing all 5 stones onto the truck in the space of 12.4 seconds, which was less than a second behind Kai, but these are the sort of margins we're working with here. Sadly, by slipping behind Kai, it meant his dreams of a podium had disappeared. This man then stepped up. I haven't got much time to say how good Stuart's run was because he was finished in 11.15 seconds, beating Kai's seemingly unbeatable time by 1/3 of a second. This guaranteed him a place on the podium and meant Pat needed to do a great time of his own to hold on to one of the top 2 spots in the table. Pat knew what he had to do and didn't hesitate to stay with the pace on the first 4 stones, but then tragedy struck, and like me, he got caught up on that 5th stone, losing precious seconds. He did get all 5 stones in 21.85 seconds, which was enough to keep him on the podium after a great effort all day. The CrossFit King has proven himself. The final man to take on the challenge was Rob, and only a monumental balls up would take the title away from him now. And if you've ever wondered what happens when an unstoppable force hits an immovable object, well, when the unstoppable force is Rob, the immovable object gets out of the way pretty fast. He did all 5 stones in 12.21 seconds to take 3rd place in this event and to win the tournament overall with an epic 62 points. Stuart then took 2nd place overall with 58 points after his win on the stones here, and Pat takes 3rd with 55.5 points. Overall, it's been an epic day of strength feats, with everyone doing themselves proud, and Rob earning the right to call himself Exeter's Strongest Man. I've no doubt everyone will be back to the gym on Monday, training for Exeter's Strongest Man 2018. Alice spoke with Stuart after his stones win, and then Rob.
How do you feel?
Tight and sticky.
Oh, did you expect to win it?
No, I didn't. No. When I saw Kai throw the stones up like that, I wasn't expecting that from everyone else. So.
Yeah, I bet. How can you train for it?
Just done the last sort of 2-3 months and just training really hard 5 days a week.
Going to keep going or going to have a little break now?
Have a little break and then see what's up next. This is my first competition.
Oh, really? Even better.
Yeah.
Again next year that you do it?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Hi, Kate.
All right.
Congratulations, it's amazing.
Thank you very much.
How happy are you right now?
Yeah, I'm over the moon. I never expected to come here and win today.
Did you not?
Some big competitors.
Yeah.
Big weights been lifted. Yeah, just managed to do it
Happy.
somehow.
So how are you going to celebrate?
I'm going to go home, pretty much just
Oh,
Yeah, it's been
nice.
non-stop.
Excellent. What are you going to do after this then? Are you going to do some more training?
Yeah,
or
I'm just going to carry on training.
Yeah.
Now, overall, sort of, I've seen what I can do in like strong events, weak events.
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep going out. Hopefully, in a few years, maybe on TV. Who knows?
Really? So Devon's strongest man, Britain's strongest. We're going to keep going for that. Oh, excellent. Well, that's amazing. Well done again.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
And that brings Exeter's Strongest Man to a close for this year. An outstanding competition where Rob Ward quite rightly emerged as the winner, and Stuart Blythe and Pat Gill made it onto the podium. More importantly though, 14 men competed and 14 men finished, while at the same time proving to themselves and the crowd that they are indeed very strong guys. So, until next time, goodbye.